English speaking practice vocabulary. How to remember English vocabulary easily.
Hey Alice, I've been struggling to remember new English vocabulary.
Struggling means having a hard time with something or finding it difficult to do something.
I've been struggling to remember new English vocabulary. Do you have any tips that might help?
Sure, Tom. There are several techniques you can use to make vocabulary stick.
Make vocabulary stick means finding ways to help remember new words easily. It's like making sure the words stay in your memory for a long time.
Sure, Tom. There are several techniques you can use to make vocabulary stick. Have you tried using flashcards?
I have, but I find them a bit boring after a while.
I get that. To make it more interesting, you could use apps like Anki or Quizlet. They use spaced repetition, which helps reinforce your memory over time.
Repetition means doing something again and again. Reinforce means to make something stronger.
They use spaced repetition, which helps reinforce your memory over time.
That sounds helpful. Any other methods?
Definitely. Try to use new words in sentences as soon as you learn them. Writing or speaking with new vocabulary helps cement it in your mind.
Cement means to make something firm or solid.
Writing or speaking with new vocabulary helps cement it in your mind.
That's a good idea. I suppose it also makes learning more practical and relevant.
I suppose means I think or I guess. It's like saying you're not completely sure, but you're thinking something is probably true. Relevant means something that is important or related to what is being talked about.
I suppose it also makes learning more practical and relevant.
Exactly. Another method is to associate the new word with an image or a story.
To associate means to connect things together in your mind. It's like saying you link one thing with another.
Exactly. Another method is to associate the new word with an image or a story. Creating a mental image or a funny story can make the word more memorable.
I like that idea. Do you have an example?
Sure, for instance.
For instance, it's like saying here's one example to help explain or clarify something.
Sure, for instance. If you're trying to remember the word serendipity, you could imagine finding a treasure chest by accident on a beach.
A treasure chest is like a box or container that holds valuable or precious items, such as gold, jewels, or other treasures. Serendipity is when you find something valuable or pleasant by chance or accident without actively looking for it.
If you're trying to remember the word serendipity, you could imagine finding a treasure chest by accident on a beach. The surprise and happiness of the discovery can help you remember the meaning.
Discovery means finding or learning about something for the first time. It's like uncovering new information or making a new finding.
The surprise and happiness of the discovery can help you remember the meaning.
That makes sense. How about listening and reading? Do they help?
Absolutely. Listening to podcasts, watching movies, or reading books in English exposes you to new words and context.
Exposes means to reveal or make something known, especially when it was previously hidden or not widely known.
Listening to podcasts, watching movies, or reading books in English exposes you to new words and context. It's a natural way to learn and remember vocabulary.
I'll try to incorporate more English media into my routine.
To incorporate means to add something into another thing or to combine things together.
I'll try to incorporate more English media into my routine. Are there any games or activities that can help with vocabulary?
Yes, word games like Scrabble or crossword puzzles are great.
A crossword is a puzzle game where you fill in words into a grid based on given clues.
Yes, word games like Scrabble or crossword puzzles are great. They make learning fun and challenging. You can also try language exchange apps where you chat with native speakers.
Exchange means to give something and get something else in return. It's like swapping one thing for another.
You can also try language exchange apps where you chat with native speakers.
I'll check those out.
I'll check those out means I will take a look at them.
I'll check those out. How important is repetition in learning vocabulary?
Repetition is crucial.
Crucial means something very important or essential. It's like saying it's something you really need or can't do without.
Repetition is crucial. Regularly reviewing new words prevents you from forgetting them.
Regularly means happening or doing something often at consistent intervals. Prevents means to stop something from happening or to keep it from occurring.
That makes sense. What about keeping a vocabulary journal?
A journal, it's a book or a place where you can record your daily events, feelings, or reflections.
What about keeping a vocabulary journal?
A vocabulary journal is a fantastic idea. Write down new words, their meanings, and example sentences. Reviewing your journal regularly can reinforce your memory.
Reviewing means looking over something again, usually to check it or see how it's doing. Reinforce means to make something stronger or more solid. It's like adding extra support to something to make it more sturdy or reliable.
Reviewing your journal regularly can reinforce your memory.
Great tips. I feel more equipped to tackle my vocabulary now.
Equipped means having the tools or things you need to do something. It's like being ready or prepared with everything necessary. Tackle means to try to deal with a difficult problem or task. It's like saying you take on a challenge and work to solve it.
I feel more equipped to tackle my vocabulary now.
Keep practicing and don't get discouraged.
Discouraged means feeling less confident or hopeful about something. It's like feeling down or wanting to give up because things are difficult.
Keep practicing and don't get discouraged. You'll see progress over time. Good luck!